Hey guys, so exactly about 28 hours ago at the time of filming, I graduated university. Yay! So I thought as a reward for that, I'd go on a book haul. And not just any old book haul, I thought I'd go and haul a whole load of comics because I don't own that many comics. There's been several that I've been looking at for ages now and I thought I'd get them now because, to be honest, I'm not going to haul any more books for the rest of the year because I cannot buy any more books. I am completely and utterly, full on books. I need to read quite a few first before I get any more. But at the same time, graduation is such a massive thing. I couldn't not haul some books because it's graduation. I'm only going to graduate once, so I may as well reward myself, especially considering how hard I worked for this. So I bought 6 more comic books. The first book I bought was the Kingsmen comic because I love the Kingsman films. Well, the Kingsman film, at time of filming, the second one hasn't actually been released yet, but I am seeing it in exactly a week. In literally a week and 2 hours, I will be in the cinema watching The Golden Circle. But as I'm filming this, I've only seen the first one, and I absolutely adore the first one with a hell of a lot of my heart. I find it absolutely hilarious and brilliant. And when I found out there was a comic book version for it, I had to get the comic book because it's a Kingsman comic, all about them. I have no idea what the comic's actually about. I just know that it's about the Kingsmen, and I had to buy it just so I could see where the origins for this was. The second book I got is Daredevil Born Again, because Series 3 of Daredevil is being adapted from that comic, apparently. So I wanted to know exactly what that was going to be all about. Also, I've never actually owned a Daredevil comic, and I've loved Daredevil since the Ben Affleck movie, and don't judge me for that, I was a kid. But I've loved Daredevil for years, but I've never read any of his comics. And considering the Born Again is the one that's now being adapted, I may as well buy that one first so I know exactly what is coming up next. Because I feel like I've got quite a lot of the background on Daredevil, and I wanted to just jump straight in with a big story. And what better to go for the next one that they're adapting, you know? Number 3 is Jessica Jones' Alias, which is a comic. I don't know anything about this because I didn't actually read the synopsis on it. I just saw Jessica Jones' Alias and it's got some quite good reviews on it, and so I thought I'd buy that one. I don't actually know what they're adapting next in her storyline in Series 2 of Jessica Jones. All I know is that there is a second series, and quite frankly, I miss Jessica. After binging The Defenders, I really miss Jessica because Jessica is definitely one of my favourite Defenders, and I thought Alias would be a good one to go for because that seems to be the form that they've adapted into the TV show, so that's the form I know best. I will obviously try and go outside of Jessica Jones' Alias once I've finished this one and see if I like it, but at the moment I'm just sticking with Jessica Jones' Alias. Number 4 is Legion Volume 1, Prodigal. It's called Prodigal. I never say that right, but it's Prodigal. And Legion, again, is because the TV adaptation made me absolutely fall in love with Legion, and I know that there's a hell of a lot more to do with Legion than what was shown in the TV show. Apparently they may be adapting more of it, or possibly exploring more of David's multiple personalities and all the rest of it in the TV show, but I don't know, so I thought I'd get a good thorough groundwork in the actual comics. And unfortunately there aren't actually that many Legion comics around. There's actually only about 4 different stories, I think it is, so I thought I'd just go with Prodigal because this one is part of the X-Men Legacy series, so I thought that'd be a really good place to start. Also, I really like the front cover. The front cover looks really cool, so I can't wait to get really involved into this one and find out more about Legion because I only know what I've read on the Wikipedia page and what I've seen in the TV show, and I wanted to know more about him, and I hope this is going to be the one that gives me that information. Number 5 is Marvel Avengers Illuminati. And again, it seems with most of these, I don't actually know the storyline to do with this comic book. But again, I really actually don't. I just saw the front cover and saw Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, and Professor X and Mr. Fantastic, and 2 others that I don't know about, or at least don't recognise on sight, and had to have it. I know that they're apparently going to start building the Illuminati in the MCU beginning in Infinity War, and I wanted to get the jump again on finding out what all that's about. All I know, in one of the comics, I don't think it's the one I've got, but in one of the comics they actually entrust the Infinity Gauntlet to Adam Warlock, and I don't actually know anything else about them. and I haven't actually seen characters interact that much in the comic books. I've only ever seen Doctor Strange talking to Professor X and Mr. Fantastic and Marvel 1602, but I don't exactly know how they all work together in terms of the Illuminati and with these other two characters, so it'll be really interesting to see how that works and how all of that comes together, and I'm hoping that this comic gives me that. And finally, number 6 is Loki, Agent of Asgard, Volume 1, Trust Me. And essentially, I bought this because I love Loki. It's no surprising that I love Loki. Loki is one of my absolute favourite Marvel characters ever. I am in love with him because he's played by Tom Hiddleston. He's really good looking and he's morally great and has a really tragic backstory. What was I supposed to do? Not fall in love with him? But I love Loki. I find him really sarky and really sassy and really good fun, and I like his unpredictable nature. So I wanted to get more into his comics, and I thought that the Agent of Asgard series would be a good one to start with, because I don't really know that much, again, about Loki, apart from what I've seen on the films and what I've read in the Wikipedia page. But Agent of Asgard is more like a more fun, light-hearted story from what I can tell, or at least it starts with Loki singing The Wizard and I in the shower. So, you know, I've got to kind of, I feel like I just need to jump in with this, and I felt like that was a really good one because, again, it's got some really good reviews and it's quite popular, and I think it ties in with the Young Avengers. I think, do not quote me on that because I'm not quite sure, but I thought this would be a good one to start with because it sounds really funny and like a good starting place to go with Loki, and it's also tying in with the fact that I want to read more Norse related comic books and short stories and stuff around the time that Thor Ragnarok comes out. That's the 6 books I currently know about. There is also the 2 books that are coming in the October Villains box for Fairy Loot. I actually only know one of them, but I can't remember what it is. I just know that it's by Leia Bardugo, I think, if I remember rightly. I don't obviously know what the other book is, but I'm very excited to find out what those are. Obviously they'll be coming in October, so that's not an immediate reward for me, but I am very excited to find out what that is. I didn't want to go absolutely mental with buying loads of comics because I wanted to kind of, not exactly stretch it out, but I wanted to have some stuff that I could potentially be bought for Christmas or something like that. So I didn't go absolutely mental. I kind of wanted to buy a Punisher comic as well because Punisher's coming out soon, but I decided against that because it was quite expensive and because I kind of wanted to wait till Christmas for it. So that's currently all that I bought. And actually, before I forget, I did also buy a 7th, which was Odd and True, and that's not a comic book, but I bought that because that has been on my list for a very, very, very long time. And like ever since I read the synopsis and saw the front cover for it, I knew I had to have it. And it also came out on my graduation day, which was yesterday at time of filming, so I had to get it. I thought it was a sign, so I bought that as well. I have no idea when I'm going to get to that, because some of these I am planning on reading before their films come out, or around the time their films and the TV shows comes out, or something like that. So at the moment, I don't know when I'm going to get to that, but that is definitely on my list, and I'm very, very happy to have it. But that is all for now. In terms of book hauling, I'm not buying any more until next year, or at least until Christmas, because if I buy any more, that's it. I'm going to lose my mind because I have so many books to read and so little time to read them. I need to focus on the books I've already got instead of piling up more on my to-buy list or my to-read list and already bought list. So that's going to be the last for this year. Hopefully, I say that, I'm probably going to end up in Waterstones at some point and buying a whole load more. But for now, this is my last planned book haul. I'm hoping to stick to that until I've gotten through at least 15 more books. Who am I kidding? It's probably going to be another 5. But I'm at least going to try and keep away from buying more books because I have no room. I desperately need to read the ones I've already bought. But who knows if that's actually going to happen. It's probably not. I'm a bookworm. It's definitely not going to happen. But the thought is there anyway. If you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you have read any of the comics or the books or anything that I've mentioned, please tell me down below what you thought of them. That'd be awesome. And if you want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here. And over here will be the link to my last video. Down below will be the links to all my social media accounts if you want to check any of those out, as well as my blog where I review quite a lot of the books that I read. So if you want to check any of that out, please do check the description box down below. That'd be awesome. But until next time, guys, bye!